Hello dear students, how are you? I wish all of you will be healthy and safe. So student, in this tutorial, you will learn the various list methods, various list functions. In the previous video, I told you about the list, okay, what is list and how can we access the elements of the list. And we discussed the various programs related to list also. So in this video, you will learn the various list methods, okay. So the first method is append. So what is the function of append? Basically, append is used to add an element to the end of the list. Whenever you use the append function add an element, add one element at a time. You should remember it adds one element at a time in the end of the list. Let's see how. Let's create a list. For example, L. Okay, L1. How to create a list? To create a list, simple. Write down the elements in a square bracket. Okay, so here, suppose I have 25, 63, 85, 96. Okay, so this is your list. Print your list. It's very simple. Okay, so now your list is prepared now. Okay, now run your program. Sorry, we are running the demo 3, but you have to run this program run list. Okay, so now you can see your list is prepared now. But what I have to do, I have to add an element in the end of the list. How? It's very simple. What you have to do, L1 dot append. Okay, write down the append and write down the element which you want to add. Okay, so your list, so an element is added in your list. Let's see, run your program. As you run your program, you can see 78 78 is added in your list. You have to remember, you can add only single list at a time. You cannot add more than one element. Let suppose if I pass two variable here. Okay, if I run this program, now it will raise an error. Now you can see append takes exactly one argument to given. That's why you can add a single element, one element at a time. Okay, students. So next function is extend function. As you know, what do you mean by extend? Extend means किसी चीज को बढ़ाना. Okay. So the extend method adds the specified list elements to the end of the current list. Basically, we add multiple elements in the list. Okay, using append function, you can add only one item. Using extend function, you can also add only one item at the end, but you can add the iterable. Iterable means any list, any set, any tuple, etc. Okay, so if you want to extend your list, if you want to add multiple items in your list, in this case you will use the extend function. Okay, let's see how can we use the extend function. Simple, create a list like L1 equal to 36. Okay, so in L1 I have these elements, but I want to extend my list. So for this you have to use extend function. So write down L1 dot extend. Okay, you have to pass one parameter also only. It may be any number, it may be any list, it may be any tuple, set, etc. Okay, so write down your elements like this. Okay, so using L1 function, extend function, you can add multiple items in your list. Okay, first we will print list 1, print. Okay, and after that print list after extending. It will be L1 again. Okay, now run your program. Now you can see this is your initial list, and list after extending you can see 96, 85, 78, 85 is added in your list. So this is the working of extend function. Okay, let's move to the next function. So next function is insert function. What do you mean by insert? To add an element in between. Okay, if you want to add any element in between of the list, okay, in this case you will use insert function. So insert method insert the specified value at a specified position. So using insert function, you have to pass two parameters: first position and second element. Okay, so it means you can insert, you can add any element in between of the list. Let's see how can we use it. It's very simple. Suppose your list is L1. Okay, now if you want to add an element to a particular position, as you know, the index number is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So you have to pass the position. So use function L1 dot insert. Okay, first you have to specify the position. Where do you want to add the element? Suppose I want to add the element in between 85 and 45. Okay, so in this case you have to pass the parameter index number. So index number of 45 is 0, 1, 2. So index number will be 2 and element is 100. What will happen? It will add 100 at the second index, 0, 1, 2. Okay, in the at the in the second index we will have 100 and your 45 will be shifted to forward. Okay, now this is your list, and now list after inserting. Okay, now run your program. Sorry, this is list by list. Now you can see in the second index I have 100. So this is the way to add any element in between of the list. Okay, in between any position in the list. Okay, what will happen if you want to add an element in the end? So in this case you have to input the index number, that will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, or but your list has 6 elements, so in this case you have to find the length. So what will you do? You will find length of the string, length of the list L1, and index will be -1. Okay, that will be your index. Okay, so in your list you have 3 and 3 6 elements. The length will be 6, but I want to insert my element in the 5th position. Okay, or 6th position. If you want to insert element here, and then 25 will be shifted to forward. Let's see what will happen. Now run your program. Now you can see your element is, what will the length? Length will be 6, and 6 minus 1, that will be 5. And this is your 5th index. So in 5th index you will get 100, and the last index you will get 25. What will happen if you want to add element in the end? So just find the length of the list. So in this case your element will be added in the end of the list. It is just like a append function. Okay, so this is about the insert function. Okay, let's move to the next function. Sorry, one thing is remain. What will happen if you here write down the position which does not exist in your list? What is the size of your list? Your size of your list is 6. What will happen if I have write down 7 here? It will add your item in the end. Okay, because 7 is not 7 index is not in your list. 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have index number till 5, but you are giving 7th index number. So in this case it will add your item in the end of the list. Let's see. Now you can see your item is added in the end of the list. If you write on here 50, but 50 index number is not in your list, so in this case it will add your item in the end of the list. Okay, so this is about your insert function. Okay, now let's move to the next function. So next function is clear function. So clear method removes all the elements from a list. Just clear the elements. Okay, let's see how. So in this list you have such elements. Now use the clear function. So now use clear. Sorry. First of all, write down the L1 dot clear. Okay, and write down the message print L1. Now it's run your program. And you can see this list is empty. Now your list has no element. So this is the function of clear element. After using clear function, your list will be empty. Okay. Let's move to the next function. That is count function. Count will count the number of elements. Okay, method returns the number of elements frequency with the specified values. Means using count function you can count a particular value, how many times it occurs in your list. Okay, let's see. In this list, suppose you have 78, 85, 78, 78. Okay, so in this list you have 78 1 2 3 4 times. Okay, so I want to use count function for 78. I want to know that how many times 78 appears in my list. Okay, let's see. Let's write down L1. Use a function c equals to L1 dot count. Okay, and write down the value here. I want to count 70. Now print C. Now run your program. Now you can see 4. It means this is the counting of 78. Okay, so this is the working of count function. If you write down here 85, now it will count 85. Okay, so in your list you have 85 2 times. So this is the working of count function. Okay, let's move to the next function. So next function is the index function. So index method returns the position of the element at the first occurrence. Okay, if you can have any element multiple times in a list, but index function return the position at the first occurrence of the specified value. Let's see. This is your list and you want to find the position of 78. Okay, write down index. Okay, it will find the first position of the 78. Okay, first occurrence. Now let's see. Now write down the position here. Yes. Now the first occurrence of 78 in position is 1 0 1 2 3, and it will return 3. Now you can see you are getting 3. So this is the working of index function. Index function returns the position of the particular value in a list. Okay, so next function is the pop function. The pop method removes the element at a specified position. Okay, to using pop function you have to input you have to pass the parameter position, for which position you want to eliminate the element. Okay, so in this list I want to eliminate the list of 0 1 2, the second index number elements position. Okay, so write down here L1 dot pop. Okay, and here write down the position also. Okay, and the position is 0 1 2, sorry 2. So it will remove the element, it will eliminate the element of second index. Okay, so then it will remove 45. Now let's see. Now print your list again. Print after elimination. I think elimination is very okay. Elimination list will be this. it will be L1. Okay, now check. Now you can see in your list you have the 45 at second index. So after elimination, the 45 is removed. In the second index, you have 78. Okay, using pop function, you can returns the value also. You can get the element also. Okay, which element is removed? Let's see how. Write down here element equals to. So here you want to get the removed element. Okay, the removed element will be this. Sorry. Okay, after elimination list will be this, but you will get the which element is removed. So write down here element, print here, print removed element age removed. Okay, suppose here I am writing here fifth index number, but I don't know at fifth index which element is removed. So run your program. Now you can see after elimination list will be this, but removed element is 25 at the fifth index. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth index we have 25. So here you can keep the value also. Okay, which item is removed using pop function. Okay, student, this is about the pop. So let's move to the next function. So next function is remove function. The pop to eliminate the element by using index number, we use pop function. But if you want to remove a particular element, okay, you don't know the position, you have to eliminate the particular element. So in this case, you will use remove function. So remove function removes the first occurrence of the element with the specified value. Wherever you will get the value first time, then it will eliminate. Okay, let's see. So in this case, sorry, if you want to remove the element, for example 78, the first occurrence of 78 is this. Okay, I'll use. So now L1 dot remove. Okay, here you have to specify the value, which value do you want to remove. So here, write down here 78. Okay, but here you have nothing, remove the element is not here. So run your program. Now you can see 78. Okay, 78 after 45 is removed. 70 after 45 is removed, but the next 74 to remove next 78, you have to use this function again. Okay, to remove the 78 you have to use this function again. Okay, but it will remove a particular element at a time once. Okay, student, so this is about the remove function. Let's move to the next function. So one function is left now here. Okay, now copy function. The copy methods returns a copy of a specified list. If you want to keep a copy of a list, so you can use the copy function. Okay, let's see how. It's very simple. This is your list 1. If you want to keep the copy of this list, so use L2 equals to L1 dot copy. Okay, so it will keep the copy of your list 1. If you do any modification in your list L1, okay, there will be no change in L2. Okay, okay, now print L1 and L2. Okay, if you print both lists, now you will get similar element. Now this is your list 1 and this is your list 2. Okay, so if you do any changes in list 1, either list 1 and list 2, it will not affect your another list. Let's see how. If you change the elements of list 1 like this, L1 dot append, if you want to add an element like this here, okay, 100 is added in your list. Now run your program. Now you can see 100 is added in your list L1 but not in L2. But what will happen if you make two lists equal. If you are not using this copy function, it can be if you use L2 equals to L1. Okay, then in this case you will get the same list L1 if you print L1 and L2. Now you can see this is your list 1 and this is your list 2. So list 1 and list 2 both contain similar elements. What will happen if I do change any change in list 1? In this I have add one elements in list 1, then this change will be done in list 2 automatically. Let's see. You have added 100 in list 1, but you will get 100 in list 2 also. How it is happening? Because L1 and L2 both are sharing the same reference. Suppose your item, for example, if your item, your list, this list is on its memory location is like here. Okay, so it means the L1 and L2 both are referencing 7895. If you do any changes in this address, then it will affect L1 and L2 both. Okay, that's why we are using copy function. Whenever you create a copy, so in this case the reference of L1 and L2 will be different. Okay, so if you use the copy function, so in this case, sorry, L1 dot copy. Okay, so it will not happen again whenever you use the copy function. Okay, so this is about the copy function. Okay, now you are seeing that the change is done in only in list 1, not in list 2. Okay, let's move to the next function. So next function is the reverse function. As the name suggests, it reverses all the elements. Okay, the reverse method reverses the sorting order of the element. Okay, syntax is very simple. List dot reverse. Okay, let's see how. You have list 1. If you want to reverse your list, write down L1 dot reverse. Now print L. Okay. Okay, now you can see your list is reversed. Okay, now you can see the 56 is on the first position. Now it is on the last position. The 78 is at the end position. Now it is on the first position. So this is the working of reverse function. The reverse function reverses all the elements of the list. Okay, students. Okay, let's move to the next function. So next function is sort function. As you know, what do you mean by sorting? Sorting means arranging the items either in ascending order or descending order. Okay, what the syntax is very simple. Then list dot sort. Okay, list dot sort, and you can use, this is optional. You can use reverse equals to true or reverse equals to false. If you want to arrange your data in ascending order, in this case there is no use of reverse keyword. Okay, but if you want to arrange your data in descending order, so in this case you have to use reverse equals to true. So reverse equals to true is by default for ascending order. Let's see how can we sort the elements of a list. Okay, it's very simple. So this is your list, and now use sort function here. Sort. Okay, print run your program. You can see your all elements are sorted, but these are in ascending order. By default it arranges the elements of list in ascending order, but you want to arrange your element in descending order. So in this case you have to use reverse keyword. So you have to use reverse equals to, so reverse equals to true. Now what will be your result? Now you can see your elements are arranged in descending order. By default reverse equals to false. Okay, but whenever you want to arrange your data in descending order, so in this case you have to use reverse equals to true. So students, all this about the methods of list. Okay, so watch this video again and again to know about various list functions. Thank you, students. Have a nice day. Be healthy. Be safe.